Hello traders and welcome to the market opening preview of February 12th, 2016. Traders is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you from Pattaya, Thailand. Beautiful white blue skies, white sandy beaches, and nice and cool. I have to tell you, it's quite enjoyable. No air conditioning, probably for like the last 3 weeks. It's been very, very nice. Traders got a lot to talk about. Pretty crazy price action on the yens yesterday, as you all saw. And yeah, it's going to get a little crazy out there. I can't believe, well, we'll get to that when we get to commentary. Got a lot to talk about today. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic in the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, traders, I'm in my 8th year, and I'm still here in Thailand and absolutely love Asia. And most of all, I love the time zone. Trading Forex, was 24 hours a day, and it's early in the morning, late at night. And no, I don't stay in front of my charts 16 hours a day. I have iPhone and an iPad, and we can be on the run. But I do enter my trades from my master computers. I need to make sure and confirm and make sure my trade plan is where I want it, and I don't chase price, right? We don't want to chase price. Traders, I do listen to fundamentals all day long. Fundamentals are very important in your trading. I don't trade the numbers. I trade about 40 minutes after the data comes out, and if everything lines up, we'll enter the trade. I am a technician, though. I love reading charts. I love price action. I love support, resistance, candlestick formation. I do use 2 indicators in Forex. I use harmonics, and in options, I use Ichimoku clouds. So I do use both of those in my trading, and hopefully to get a W on my side of the piece of paper, right? We want to win trades. We don't want to lose trades, of course. So it's been a little crazy the last 2 weeks, and we'll get to that in just a little bit. So that's a little bit of how I trade. So let's get the legal stuff out of the way. Keep the lawyers happy. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Traders, most importantly, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. And trust me, in the last 2 weeks, I think a lot of people lost a lot of money. Always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, keep the lawyers happy. Let's get over to some news and commentary. Let's see what's going on. What do we got? How'd the markets? First time I'm taking a look at the indexes, and wow. All right, let's take a look at this. Looks like a lot of red I see. The Dow 30 was negative 1.60%. The S&P 500 was negative 1.23%. The NASDAQ was negative 0.39%. And the small cap 2000 was negative 1.01%. Let's head on over to the Eurozone. Not good there either. The DAX closed negative 2.93%. The FTSE 100 closed negative 2.39%. The CAC 40 out of Paris closed negative 4.05%. And the Eurostoxx 50 out of Frankfurt closed negative 3.62%. Not very nice, I have to say, my friends. Let's take a look at Asia. Some of these countries open, some of them are closed, and I'll let you know which ones. The Nikkei 225 is currently trading, and they are negative 4.42%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is negative 0.64%. China is closed this week due to their New Year, and the Hang Seng in Hong Kong is also closed. The Kospi is currently trading, and it's negative 1.14%. So let's take a look at our economic calendar today. And if my memory... so we had home loans come out of the Aussie today earlier, and it came out at 2.6, and they were expecting 3.0. So that was some bad news on the Aussie. We'll get into an hour before the London Open, and we have German GDP. This is medium impact. A lot of medium impact in German CPIs coming out today. We've got high impact right at nope, that's an hour before the open. We've got German GDP quarter on quarter, and that's high impact. They're expecting 0.3. Previous was also 0.3. Out of the Eurozone, we're expecting French non-farm payrolls, which is medium impact. Let's see what else we got going on here. Not too much on that side of the... There we go. Okay, out of the U.S., we've got core retail sales, high impact. We also have retail sales month on month. So retail sales looks like the numbers to watch today in the U.S. As you know, the U.S. has not put out very good numbers lately, especially our last non-farm payrolls at 150. So it was below that 200,000 that they were hoping for, and it didn't happen. So things are changing. All right, so that's what's going on with our indices and our economic calendar today. So keep an eye on that. Make sure you're aware of that. There's a lot of medium impact events coming out today. So again, keep an eye on your economic calendar. So commentary as well. The yen's really took a dump yesterday. I don't know, big time, just big time. They just dumped like a rock. I was sitting in front of my charts. I couldn't believe it. They just kept on going down and down and down. So I think the yens are worse off now than they were before they went to negative interest rates. So that's something to watch, and we're going to have to watch because I don't think Kuroda or Prime Minister Abe is going to put up with this, and I think they're going to have to do something, and they will do something. Kuroda did make a statement yesterday, and to tell you the truth, I don't know exactly what he said. I heard it in the background, but he did make a statement yesterday, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. I'm sure we're going to get more statements out of them today, without a doubt. They're not just going to let this go away. I think today the charts are looking pretty decent. Some of them are okay, some of them not too bad. Yesterday we didn't do too bad. I think 4 out of 6 trade plans we did yesterday absolutely worked, which is good news. Doing a forecast is one thing, traders, but having it work is a different. I can do all the forecasts in the world, and it doesn't mean that's the way the market's going to go. Remember, these are just trade plans and forecasts of what technically we're looking at. We're not even counting in fundamentals. We're technically trading or setting up trade plans on these charts. Okay, so let's get to the euro dollar, which is absolutely in a mess. Look at this here. So it's been bullish. The euro dollar has been bullish. I have no idea why. I have to be honest with you. I have no idea why. There's nothing good coming out of the eurozone. Draghi spoke last week and just made it worse. So we want this to get up above that daily pivot and to give us a retest, and we'll buy this at 1.1331, and we'll take profit at 1374. It's only a 40 pip trade. I got to be honest with you, traders. I don't like this at all. This setup here, I put a fib on the chart. We've got a lot of Forex junk left of this chart here, and there's a lot of candles with big wicks and just really uncertainty here. I'm probably going to stay clear of this today. I don't like this euro at all on this 30-minute chart. It just does not look stable to me. And it's a Friday, folks. So, people are going to be position squaring and taking their profits for the week. A lot of people made some really good money yesterday on the yen pairs. And those people who were not long the yen took pretty big losses. Hopefully they had good stops. What do we call them? Intelligent stops, right? Okay, let's take a look at the pound. Pound is back to its bearish move. I'm glad to see that. Let it get through this mess that it's in, and if it gets down to 1.4457, I will sell this with a nice bearish candlestick formation. It's basically a trend line trade. We got to get below this daily pivot and a retest, and then let this thing come back down. We're going to take it. We're going to take profit at the S1 pivot, also the support zone at 1.4388. So this can be a nice 60 pip trade, if it works. So we'll just keep an eye on it, but it looks pretty nice. I like that it's already pulled back, right? It's come down, stair step down, nice move, and now we'll just wait for it to continue in that trend. And if you take a look at this chart spatially, the chart as a whole, you could see that it's bearish. Let's take a look at the Aussie. The Aussie, the Aussie's the Aussie. The trade plan yesterday worked great. It went past our take profit area, and now it's pulled back. And now we're in this nowhere zone. I'm only want to sell the Aussie dollar, folks. I've been that way for my bias has been bearish on the Aussie dollar for a long time. So we want to get below this daily pivot point. We can get in at 0.7067. We'll get out at 0.6988 at the support zone down there, and let it break this 200 in the daily pivot. Now, this might turn around and just continue to the upside, and that's fine. However, I wouldn't take it to the upside. One, because we're coming up to resistance again. So, a buy trade is really out of the question. This would have to pull all the way back down and give us some sort of thing. But where price action is right now is really not good. And if you're opening this and it's in the London session, you have to count back about 11 candles, because I record this during the Asia session. So just be aware of that. And, again, I'm only bearish in the Aussie dollar. I know it's had some up moves, but it has its up moves, but you know what? It's about time for it to drop. So let's get past this 200 in the daily pivot, and we'll take this down. And then we got a nice wide open space to take this down. We don't have any interference. We have one area that we might be worried about, a support area, but it's kind of small. Left of the chart, and then it's wide open down to 0.6988. So we have some good opportunities here. Here's the Euro Aussie, one of my favorites, I have to tell you. The trade plan worked yesterday. However, it didn't quite hit our take profit, but it was very close. But the trade plan did work. What was the problem with yesterday's trade plan? It never gave us the pullback. It just continued down, never gave us the pullback. So we basically, if you didn't enter the trade on your own, you basically didn't get into the trade, because we never got the pullback that we were looking for, and it just went on its merry way. So now we're against support, and we got the 200 exponential moving average. So let this come back up to the daily pivot point at 1.5968, and we'll take it at the S1 pivot. We'll take profit at 1.5738. So, this can be a nice trade. And like I said, this is 60, 65 pip trade if we get in at the right spot. Now, remember, once we enter this trade at that daily pivot point, what's going to happen? Yeah, we're going to come back to the support at this 200 EMA and the support zone, and price has reacted to that. So we're going to get a bounce there, and you have to expect that. Again, it comes back to an intelligent stop. Now, if we got to put a stop above the daily pivot point, just using an example, if this comes back down, right, we enter the trade, and you're going to put your stop above the daily pivot. If we're down here and price bounces, we don't have a lot of room. And if we sell below the 200 exponential moving average, we don't even have a 1-to-1 ratio. So, this trade is off the table. So this is going to have to show us some price action. But remember, the Euro Aussie, this pair moves 130 pips a day, folks, 120 pips a day. So, it can do what we want it to do. Let's just hope price action decides to work with us today. But it looks nice. I'd like to see this just pull back and give us our entry at London open, and we'll go for it. Asia's quiet. There's no data coming out in Asia anymore. So, now it's just sit on your hands and wait. We're not going to chase price. We're going to wait for price to come to us. That's why we do trade plans. Let price come to us. All right, here's the Euro Aussie. I'm sorry, the Euro Yen. The Euro Aussie. This is the Euro Yen sideways price action here on this chart. And what am I expecting here? I'm doing a trend line trade here. Just want to break this trend line, get a retest. Let's get in this at 126.80. We'll get out at 125.78. It's almost a 100 pip trade, folks, if this works. I left yesterday's number up there, that 123.08. That was resistance yesterday, and I remember I put that line on the chart, and I left that there. I'm just wondering, what if this bounces from this daily pivot and goes all the way back to that 128.03? Well, you know what? We're going to sell it from there. We're going to take it back down, and it wouldn't surprise me if it does that. So we're just going to have to see and watch, right? Because what do we have here? We have the euro that's strong, right? And we have the yen that's strong. So we have like two magnets together, and that's why we have all the sideways price action that you're looking at, because we've got a currency pair that's strong against strong, and we don't like to trade pairs that are weak against weak or strong against strong. We always want weak against strong or strong against weak. And this, my friends, is just sideways until one of them decides to give up the fight. So there's a chance this can go back up to that 128.03, and that's why I left it on the chart, and then we can sell it from there. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. The New Zealand dollar looks sort of nice. It's bullish. Now, my bias is bearish, so this is a counter trend trade. If you look at the daily chart and stuff like that, folks, this is bearish. There's no doubt about this pair is bearish. However, we have to trade what's in front of us. So our logical trade is that this comes down to the 61.8 Fibonacci level at 0.6685, and we're going to turn around and we're going to buy this. So it's going to do one of two things. It's going to break through that daily pivot like it's not even there and just continue down. And then you're going to have to reassess because now you're coming into the 200 exponential moving average, and that's a strong support. Look left of the chart. Price has reacted to it every single time it's come to it, and then you would have to reassess how you're going to trade this. But my trade plan is we're going to counter trend trade this if it comes down to the 61.8, which it looks like it's going to, and see what happens there. It's a daily pivot point. It's a 61.8 point fib. There's price action left of the chart, so it's got a good chance to bounce back to the upside at this point. So we'll keep an eye on that. This is one that you just, again, just work your trade plan. If it doesn't work, you have to reassess and do a new trade plan. But work your trade plan. Do not chase these red candles. You're going to get bit, right? You're going to get beaten up. We've got 4 candles here that are pretty strong candles. They're not indecision candles here. These are decision candles. So be careful with that, my friends. That wraps up our 6 currency pairs. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me today. We went 1 minute over. We're at 16 minutes and 10 seconds. Traders, please come visit us at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, take care. Have a great day on Friday, February 12th, 2016. Remember, sometime after the New York close, we'll have the weekly wrap-up, Friday wrap-up, and that's where we go over 16 charts of daily charts and look at some price action. Looking forward to that. I enjoy doing that. Okay, traders, take care, and we'll talk to you in about 24 hours. All right, take care now.